to share some things. I know it's been a little while since I've really been speaking much. Just really been focused and locked in on my training and work and everything else. But I wanted to share some things because it's just a couple things that's been sitting in my heart, sitting on my chest, and a couple things I've been noticing about people, man. And when I say people, I mean like anybody, like strangers, family, friends, whoever, coworkers. It's just like one thing I'm about people, man, is when people when people see you, yo. When people let me start over. Let me start over with that. When people see something in you, and people see that you're about something, and you're doing something, and you're about action, like you're taking action, it's like you really make people feel some type of way, man. And it's like you really make people feel insecure, intimidated, like less than, not important or something. It's like these are the vibes and the energy and the reaction you get from people, no matter who it is. It don't matter who it is, And you got to pay very, very close attention to when people speak, when people talk, when people text, when people are on the phone, whatever it is, however someone is communicating with you, pay attention to what people are saying, It doesn't matter if it's a compliment, a joke, advice, information, whatever it is. Pay attention to what people are saying and how they are saying it, because people throw shade and people they'll make subliminal comments and it's very interesting, man. It's so interesting because it's like when there's nothing else they can say to you, that's what they say. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they'll come at whatever it is you're doing or got going on, or elevating in, progressing in, getting attention for something specific. Like if you're getting attention, a certain level of attention for a certain thing you're doing, it's like people will. It's like people will try and tell you how to do everything, and it's like that's how you know someone is feeling some type of way, man. I'm trying to tell you, when someone, it's like when instead of if someone never uplifts you, congratulates you, or gives you some type of like positive feedback on something ever, but when they do say something to you, it's like they trying to like tell you how to do something. It's like now all of a sudden they're the expert, or all of a sudden they know more than what you know and what you're doing and been doing, and it's just so crazy, man. But it's like people telling themselves, man. People telling themselves with how they act and how they respond to you in any situation, any moment, whatever the circumstances are, whatever the subject is, whatever. It's like I hope I'm making sense, because it's like I'm trying my best to just describe in detail what I've been experiencing, and with people just in general, typical interaction and general typical exchanges and communication. It's just like, it's so weird, man. It's so weird. It's very interesting, to say the least. Learning psychology, man, and learning people's behaviors has been one of the most interesting things I think I've ever done. And it's fascinating to an extent. I have to be careful with it because it's fascinating to me. And the reason why I say I got to be careful with it, because it's like I don't like to give too much energy or pay too much attention to other people and what other people are doing. Always be aware. I'm always aware of what's going on around me, and always aware of who's around me or whatever. Not like that, but like I try. I don't pay attention or don't care too much for whatever else someone else is doing or got going on. So I try not to indulge too much. But I'm telling you, man, people's behaviors are so fascinating to me, man. And it boils down to, because people really don't have nothing going on for themselves. People really ain't doing shit, bro. People ain't doing shit out here but watching other people. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's literally all that's going on, is people are watching other people and judging them, criticizing them, condemning them, commenting on everything they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Watching, having something to say for everything, bro. And it's just like, that's how I'm telling you, that's how you know someone is feeling some type of way about you, is when they just constantly, always got something to say about whatever it is you're doing. And what blows my mind, man, is just like, why don't people just focus on themselves, man? Why don't people just focus on themselves and worry about themselves? It's like you know when someone genuinely and sincerely wants to see you win. You know when someone genuinely and sincerely cares about your success and your positivity and your growth. You will feel the sincerity. You know what I'm saying? You'll know when someone's genuine with it. But it's like, you also will know when it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can just feel it. And energy doesn't lie, man. Energy does not lie. It's like you can't be the same person that has thrown so much dirt and thrown so much spells over the years, and now all of a sudden you're trying to be whatever you call it. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you call yourself doing, or whatever you call your comments, or whatever you call your advice, like, it's like, it's just like, save it, man. Keep it. I really can do without, honestly. It's like, that's my mindset on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my perspective and standpoint on it at this point, man. Because it's like, protecting your energy at all costs. Protecting your energy at all costs is the most important thing you can do out here. At this point in time, with everything that's going on out here and how everyone's behaving, it's like, protecting your energy, protecting who, what, and where you decide to give your energy. It's like, at this point, man, you got to treat your energy like gold, bro. You have to treat your energy like freaking diamonds, man. Like, for real, because it's like, people out here are so desperate for some type of attention, and so some type of interaction, and some type of, oh, look at me, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, people are so desperate for that shit right now, and that it's literally taking over and controlling the way they do everything, the way they handle everything, the way they communicate with everyone, the way they move, the way they, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it literally reflects and it literally shows just where they're at. And it's literally because there's just nothing going on. They just literally don't have nothing going on. There's nothing, they're not doing nothing, like I said, but watching other people, man. And I feel like this is really taking a toll on society as a whole, man. It's like, we're living in an era now, where we got the internet and we got all these social media platforms and all these ways to watch other people. So it's almost like, that shit is actually taking over people's minds, bro. It's like, it's almost to the point where it's like, people are they stop living themselves just to watch other people live on their phone. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and just to turn around and have something to say that, it's just like, gosh, man, it really is crazy, bro. It really is crazy. And I hate this, like, that it's come to this point, and I hate that technology has made it to where people's feelings and emotions are filtered through technology. And I hate that it's to that point. And I hate that it's gotten to this this crazy way of things, if you will. But yeah, man, it's like just a couple things I wanted to share, man. Just point out that I've been noticing. I'm like, all right, man, enough is enough. I gotta tell somebody this shit. Like, it's just like the weirdest fucking things I'm getting from people, man. And they say, that's what, the closer you are and the closer you get to your breakthrough and to your life purpose and to your, eruption, the closer you get to that, it's like the weirder and weirder the attacks become, the more the attacks come. And you just gotta really prepare yourself for the, the access is what it is. It's the access. Like, you have to be careful and you have to pick and choose who has access to you. You have to pick and choose who has access, who's able to communicate, who's able to contact you. You know what I'm saying? You cannot give everybody that privilege, man. You just simply can't, because this shit is getting so crazy out here where it's like whatever the hell people are going through and whatever energy and whatever trip someone is on, they're going to try and put it on you. They're going to try and come at you with it. They're going to try and come to you with it. And they're going to try and bring you where they at. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you have to be very careful, man. Very, very careful. And you have to be very, very aware. Very, very aware, very conscious of what is going on out here when it comes to your energy, man. I cannot emphasize it enough. Be careful with your energy. Be careful with your responses. Be careful with your replies. Be careful with your whereabouts. Always aware of everything, man, because it's like people are really looking for anything, like vampires, man. Really like energy vampires. For real. It really is like a vampire type of thing right now when it comes to energy and positive vibes and positive. It's like, because the world is so dark right now and so many people are dark right now and so many people are in a dark place, and it's like they're looking for any light they can, any light they can get, any light they can grab onto, find, and just suck all the light away and turn it into darkness, like where they're at. You know what I'm saying? And so many people are lonely, man. Let me tell you something. It's the difference between being lonely and being by yourself. Does that make sense? Like, there's a difference between being lonely and being by yourself. There's a difference between being lonely and being single. There's a difference between being lonely and being single. Just because you're single don't mean you're lonely. And just because you're lonely don't mean you're by yourself. You know how many people are in relationships and marriages and feel lonely as ever? They feel lonely as ever because they just in a romantic prison, a romantic jail, and they feel alone. And then, because of that, it's like people are miserable inside. The loneliness causes people to feel miserable and go crazy and become abusers, manipulators, narcissists, and they look for whoever they can to put that on. You know what I'm saying? They look for whoever they can to unleash that negativity and that darkness onto someone else. You know how they say misery loves company? That shit is so true. It is so true. And the older I get, and the more I'm aware, and the more I see, what's going on, how things are moving out here, it's like that cliche old saying couldn't be more real. Couldn't be more real. That's why all the craziness that you see gets so much attention. That's why all the negative things you see get so much attention and exposure and publicity. But all the positive stuff and all the, things that are educational and informative, all the things we need, it gets brushed under the rug, or it gets pushed to the back, or it goes, to the shadows. And it's so real because it's like, this is exactly, in a nutshell, this is exactly, how everything is and what's going on with people. And it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate because it's like you don't really want nothing. It's like you don't try to be a mean person. You don't try to come off as apprehensive. You don't try and come off as antisocial. You don't try to come off as like arrogant or whatever like that. Nothing like that. You really don't. But it's like you just get to a point where you're literally burnt out with trying to constantly adjust to people and their negativity, man, and their ways. It's like you just kind of get tired of the shit. You kind of get tired of trying to constantly adjust to where someone is at, man. And where most people are at is just on some low vibrational, bad energy vibes, and it's just like I said, you kind of grow tired of it. You grow tired of it. You grow, especially if you're someone that you're that's sensitive to energy, especially if you're sensitive to energy, where I'm saying if you pick up on other people's energy easily. That means you're sensitive to energy, and it's like if someone's energy ain't right, that shit is going to simply affect. It's going to affect you. It's like you just simply cannot be around someone with bad energy. Simple, unless you have bad energy as well. But it's like if you're someone who has positive energy and you're sensitive to energy, it's just not going to be. You're going to get to a point where you're just like, all right, I cannot be around this person no more. I can't deal with this person no more. And unfortunately, that person is the person you're in a relationship with. Unfortunately, that person is a family member. Unfortunately, that person is a friend. Unfortunately, that person is a coworker. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be someone that's close by or around you, that you're going to pick up on it, or you're going to just, feel like it's just always around, and it's just, like I said, it depends. It's wherever you are and whoever it is, you're going to get to a point where you're over it, and you're just not going to want to, deal with it and be around it no more. When you grow your emotional intelligence to a certain level, you're just certain things you're just not going to tolerate no more, and you're just not going to deal with anymore. Simple, and I feel like this is why so many relationships fail, no matter whether they're romantic or friendships, whatever kind of relationship it is. I feel like this is why so many friendships end up falling out and failing, because one person is growing and the other isn't, or neither person is growing and it's just going downhill. If you have one person in the relationship with positive energy and the other person that's always, on some other shit, it's just not going to work. And the person with positive energy is you're just going to get to a point where you're just not going to want to deal with them anymore. You're just not going to want to put yourself around it no more. And when you do create some boundaries and you do create some separation and you do create some distance, you're going to literally feel the difference. You're going to literally feel the weight lifted off of your shoulders. You're going to literally feel the weight lifted. That's going to feel like a burden has just been lifted off of your freaking back, man. and you be like, damn, like you're gonna feel lighter. You're gonna feel better. You're gonna feel happier. You're gonna feel more clear, and it's just gonna be like, that much of a difference. You're gonna get more done. You're gonna feel more positive. You're gonna have more energy. It's gonna, what I'm saying. You're probably gonna sleep better. You're probably gonna eat better. Like, these things matter, man. These things matter. Not just with physical presence. Like, this goes with the phone too. It's like, you when you remove yourself from someone physically, you have to remove them from yourself through the phone as well. You gotta remove them with technology as well. You gotta remove them through the internet as well. You can't receive any type of taking to every person that you can't control and can't change, man. Technical difficulties. I'm driving through the country. Of course, I'm not getting good service, but I hope y'all got the message for the most part. I hope y'all can understand and feel, where I'm coming from and what I'm saying, because you have to, in order to really want in this life, and in order to really be where you want to be in this life, and in order to really grow, just simply grow, you have to remove yourself out of any toxic situation, away from any toxic person, away from any toxic environment, person, place, and thing, and